All right, let's talk about something every single person in cloud development deals with, that constant tug of war between moving fast and staying safe. How do you let your developers run, let them innovate, without accidentally leaving the digital front door wide open? Well, today we're going to dig into how you can build smart, secure guardrails on Google Cloud that actually help your team move faster and stay protected. This really is the million-dollar question, isn't it? If you're a platform engineer, if you're a cloud architect, you live this every single day. You hire these brilliant people to build amazing things, but at the end of the day, you're the one on the hook for keeping the whole environment secure. It's a classic battle, and today we're going to figure out how to win it. To really get this, let's follow a developer. Let's put ourselves in their shoes. They're on a super tight deadline, they're feeling the pressure to launch, and they are looking for the absolute fastest way to get their job done. But as we're about to see, the fastest path, well, it isn't always the safest one. So first up for our developer, they need to share some assets for a new web app. And what's the quickest way to do that? A public Google Cloud Storage bucket. I mean, it's a super common task, it seems harmless enough, and it gets the job done in seconds. So they pop over to the console and they click Create. And nope, denied. The action is completely blocked. Now, for the developer, this is just frustrating, right? But for the security team, that's a huge sigh of relief. So the big question is, what just happened? What invisible force field just saved the day? What our developer just slammed into was the first and honestly the most powerful type of guardrail out there, a preventative control. The platform didn't wait around for a mistake to happen. It stopped the risky action right in its tracks. So let's peel back the layers on this defense. Okay, your first line of defense here is organization policies. The best way to think of these is like a digital brick wall. The platform team has set a really simple, non-negotiable rule for the entire company. No public storage buckets, period. That's it. This one policy just wipes out an entire category of risk before it can even exist. Now, the next layer up is VPC service controls. So if org policies are that big brick wall around your whole property, these are like secure perimeters you build around your most valuable assets inside the walls. They are all about preventing data exfiltration, basically stopping sensitive data from being copied out of your trusted network, even if a service somehow gets compromised. Understanding this difference is absolutely key. Preventative controls are the hard no. They just block risky actions completely. But look, you can't block everything. Some tasks are necessary, but they still carry a little bit of risk. And for those, we need a totally different kind of guardrail, detective controls. So let's go back to our developer. What happens when they need to do something that isn't a clear-cut no, but it's still something you definitely want to keep an eye on? An action that you probably shouldn't block, but that should absolutely not go unnoticed. Our developer is back at it, and this time they're debugging a tricky network issue. To figure it out, they need to open a firewall rule to the entire internet, 0.0.0.0/0, just for a few minutes. This is a common troubleshooting step, so the platform can't just block it outright. And this time, it works. The firewall rule is created, but in the background, silent alarms are going off. The platform didn't prevent the action, but it absolutely detected it. And this is our second type of guardrail, the detective control in action. And the tool for this job? That's Google's Security Command Center. Think of it like a whole network of security cameras, just constantly watching everything happening in your environment. The second our developer created that super permissive firewall rule, Security Command Center flagged it as a high priority finding and shot an alert straight to the security team. Okay, so we've seen how to block things and how to watch for things. But a really great platform isn't just about saying no all the time. It's about providing a secure yes. It's about giving developers a secure easy button that helps them do the right thing by default. This is what we call the golden path. Instead of building everything from scratch, developers just go to a catalog of pre-approved templates. Sure, they can customize things like the instance size, but the important security settings, those are locked in. So when they hit deploy, they know everything is already configured to company standards. All of a sudden, the secure way is also the easiest way. Now, holding all of this together, the bedrock underneath everything is identity and access management, or IAM. It's the absolute foundation that controls who can do what on which resource. By sticking to the principle of least privilege, IAM makes sure that developers only have the permissions they absolutely need to do their job and not a single permission more. But, what about exceptions? Because let's be real, sometimes you really do need that public bucket. The key isn't to be totally inflexible. It's to have a formal, documented process for approving these one-offs. That way, when you have to bend the rules, you're doing it on purpose, with your eyes open and with the proper oversight. Wow, we've covered a ton of ground, huh? From digital brick walls to security cameras. So now, let's bring it all together in one final checklist. What are the absolute must-haves for a secure GCP environment? All right, here they are, the 5 pillars of a secure GCP platform. You start with centralized IAM, always pushing for least privilege. Then, you use restrictive organization policies to block whole categories of risk from the get-go. Protect your data with VPC service controls. You monitor everything with Security Command Center. And finally, you make the secure path the easy path with a library of templates. Put them all together and you have a really powerful layered defense. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. Is your platform a fortress with these huge impenetrable walls that just slow everyone down? Or is it more like a freeway with smart guardrails that keep everyone moving at top speed but safely in their lanes? Because the goal isn't to stop traffic, it's to help everyone get where they're going securely. Thanks for tuning in.